Thank you for joining with me. We are in the clarification of terms. This is clarification of term 3, forgiveness, the face of Christ. Forgiveness is for God and toward God, but not of Him. It is impossible to think of anything He created that could need forgiveness. Forgiveness, then, is an illusion, but because of its purpose, which is the Holy Spirit's, it has one difference. Unlike other illusions, it leads away from error and not towards it. Forgiveness might be called a kind of happy fiction, a way in which the unknowing can bridge the gap between their perception and the truth. They cannot go directly from perception to knowledge because they do not think that it is their will to do so. This makes God appear to be an enemy instead of what He really is. And it is just this insane perception that makes them unwilling merely to rise up and to return to Him in peace. And so they need an illusion of help because they are helpless, a thought of peace because they are in conflict. God knows what His Son needs before He asks. He is not at all concerned with form, but having given the content, it is His will that it be understood, and that suffices. The form adapts itself to need. The content is unchanging, as eternal as its creator. The face of Christ has to be seen before the memory of God can return. The reason is obvious. Seeing the face of Christ involves perception. No one can look on knowledge, but the face of Christ is the great symbol of forgiveness. It is salvation. It is the symbol of the real world. Whoever looks on this no longer sees the world. He is as near to heaven as is possible outside the gate. Yet from this gate, it is no more than just a step inside. It is the final step, and this we leave to God. Forgiveness is a symbol too, but as the symbol of His will alone, it cannot be divided. And so the unity that it reflects becomes His will. It is the only thing still in the world in part, and yet the bridge to heaven. God's will is all there is. We can but go from nothingness to everything, from hell to heaven. Is this a journey? No, not in truth, for truth goes nowhere. But illusions shift from place to place, from time to time. The final step is also but a shift. As a perception, it is part unreal, and yet this part will vanish. What remains is peace eternal and the will of God. There are no wishes now, for wishes change. Even the wished for can become unwelcome. This must be so because the ego cannot be at peace. But will is constant as the gift of God, and what He gives is always like Himself. This is the purpose of the face of Christ. It is the gift of God to save His Son. But look on this and you have been forgiven. Not forgotten. You're never forgotten. So let me repeat that. But look on this and you have been forgiven. How lovely does the world become in just that single instant when you see the truth about yourself reflected there. Now you are sinless, and behold your sinlessness. And if you are, so is your brother. Now you are holy, and perceive it is so. And now the mind returns to its Creator, the joining of the Father and the Son, the unity of unities that stands behind all joining, but beyond them all. God is not seen, but only understood. His Son is not attacked, but recognized as we are one. That's me saying that. But being one, it's all inclusive. I love you. Thank you for joining with me in the third term in the clarification of terms. Forgiveness, the face of Christ. I love you. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you.